very good morning to you all. My name is Daddy Chris, broadcasting from SRTV here in London. Oh, today is the 20th of June 2024. The reason I know that day is because this day some of the direct debit they leave my account, and that time my eye will be red. So I never forget the day number 20. 20. Car insurance is there, rent, everything. Anyway, it's a great day because we can pay the rent. And thank God it's a beautiful day. And it is what? A Tuesday morning. Or it's a Thursday morning. Am I right? I don't know the difference between Tuesday and Thursday anymore because I'm always free in those 2 days. So I know today is Thursday. But all I know is the 20th of June 2024. And a lot is happening. This is Wake Up Nigeria. This is what we do. We talk about the topical issues in our nation, Nigeria. And on today, a lot is at stake. But I'm not going to go into all that. I want to bring my guests quickly in because there's no time to waste. Mary, how are you? Tell us quickly what is going on in Abuja.
I'm fine, it's good morning.
Good
And how is
morning.
London this morning?
London is what it is. Getting better. We have a better weather than you now. Don't think you
No,
guys
no,
are.
you don't have a better weather than us.
No,
Today,
no, no,
weather
no. In fact,
perfect.
at 7 o'clock, at 9 o'clock yesterday, London was still shining, like as if we are in the 2 o'clock in your time. So don't compare.
And you're
Go
not
on,
coming
guys.
around to compare. Okay, as for the Abuja resident, they're complaining about the food inflation, and I would say the president, Tinubu, has actually agreed to protect the farmers so that they'll be able to go to farm. I don't know how that will come to play over the security issues though.
Yes.
And this morning I'm actually seeing the news that happened around Nyanya. I think a trailer actually killed like 4 people in Nyanya houses. So these are the things I've been able to know that have been happening in Abuja so far.
Anyway, by tomorrow, we'll be expecting one of your correspondents to be at that kind of scene to report to us what is really happening. But that will be tomorrow. Princess,
Good
oh,
morning, sir.
come into London. That is your case now. How are you seeing London? Eh?
London is fine. The weather is pretty fair today. It's 14 degrees Celsius and it's going to be sunny all through today. Unlike other days where the weather is a little bit trickish. Today we know that the sun will be much, and of course, this is the summer we talk about, so it's a good weather.
Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. I was moving around about 9 p.m. yesterday, and London is not like 2 p.m. Nigerian time, Nigerian weather, which is beautiful. Beautiful. There's this annoying heat that goes with it, though. It looks as if it's hot, and it's not hot. Well,
And the thing is that I've come to I cannot be deceived by the weather wherever I go. As I am now, I have my jacket standby. I was telling somebody yesterday that I always moving around with your winter jacket. I say no, I cannot be deceived. 1 minute it's very hot, the next minute you're freaking cold. So
yes.
I'm getting used to it.
You have to. You have to. You have to. Well, listen, a lot is happening in our nation, in our dear nation called Nigeria. A lot and lot and lot that we need to talk about. I don't know whether we should be worried, but we are used to it now, I guess. Like Mary was telling us about the security challenges that the president has offered to do something about it. Thank you, Mr. President. We want to see that happen quick. And but what is going on in Rivers State, for God's sake? What is going on in Rivers State? I have never seen this drama. I've thought the Delta State has drama, but that of Rivers is another. What is up? What do you people know about this? Tell us, please. Between Wike and his man, because they are men of the same. They are friends, right?
They
They,
used
they
to be
were
friends.
friends. They were friends. They're
They
not
were.
friends anymore now.
Okay.
Because these are the people lives are not at stake. These are rifts. You can't call them friends anymore. Princess, I was telling you yesterday when we were talking about the Mickey and Fubara issue. I told you that this thing will lead to the killings of people. Right now, I saw a news in Ahoda, part of River State, where one of these cultists guy killed somebody. And it's because of this Mickey and Fubara issue. You understand? So that's why I'm saying at the end of the day, Wike just needs to let go of whatever is the problem and focus on Abuja as the minister. Because if he keeps on fighting Fubara, then there'll be problem. Because people supporting Fubara want to fight back, and Wike's people want to fight back as well. So this is just it. Oh.
But
Yeah.
on a good day, yeah, go on, Princess.
Mary, it's not about killings now. We already know that there has been killing, distress, displaced of people. A lot has been happening. Months ago, I think January or February, we saw, the the State House of Assembly, where even police came, opened fire, tear gas, and all that. So the issue has been there. People have actually been affected, but the recent one, we've been seeing killings and all that. And we know that as it stands now, Fubara is now fighting back with a full force, is not holding back. And the fact that Wike apparently felt he can always, go without Fubara reacting, the fear of Wike, Godfather, and all that. But we cannot see that Fubara has fully reacted, and people are not saying that Fubara is more than even Wike now. When we talk about, when it comes to,
It's rude, yes.
yes, so nobody has the monopoly of violence.
That's rude.
We're seeing that we is coming, and I really don't want to say much because we have somebody coming in from River State, a media analyst, that is going to tell us exactly what the
Yeah.
problems are in that state.
I
And
wanted
why?
to know what they're really fighting about. We better wait for him. You understand? Maybe, hopefully, will join us, because the question is, what are these two men fighting about? We need to know. We ought to know. It is our interest to know what is the cause of this fight. Over the years, we've seen the activities of the governors of states in Nigeria.
Don't forget that the Chris, that last week, Fubara did declare, pro Wike lawmakers, their members, their seat vacant.
Mhm.
And now we see that he swore in local government chairman yesterday. And the funniest thing in all this is that the youth of the state, I can tell you that over 70% are now gearing towards, Fubara, and they felt
But,
like, okay, enough is enough.
you
Enough,
know,
stay. You are now at the federal level. Stay at the federal level. And
the
I
good
think
thing about this, the thing the governors forget is, Wike, if peradventure we now have state police, Fubara will be in charge of the police in the state. And that is where you see the use of power. Now is disarming Wike. He's using his weapon now to disarm Wike. You understand? And we pray we don't get it worse than this.
But I agree. What I want to say, if the 23 local government chairman, if they are telling them and expired on Monday, right, and it's asking them to dislodge, to vacate from wherever they are, right, if they are refusing, is it Fubara's fault? He's the governor, right, and their tenure has expired. He wants new people to take over. So why are they now fighting back and they don't want to leave? Is it because they have Wike at their side? So definitely there will be problem.
anyway, good thing is that we have a guest with us now, all the way from River State. At
Yes.
least,
We're gonna
uh,
add we're gonna add the reverse man. Hello, sir. Let's have him. Let's have him. We have a hello, Mr.
Good
Treasure
morning.
TV. I like the
Good
name,
morning.
the first name. I always sweet. You guys, the TV people. Yeah, welcome to the show, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Nice to have you with us. Yes,
Yeah.
we were just somewhere. We were lamenting, we were talking, we were crying, we were rejoicing with the people of River State. What is the cause? What are they fighting about? Your two governors. What is going on in your state, sir?
A former governor and a sitting governor, not two governors.
Okay, thank you. At the end, they are governors. I still call Governor Wike S. I
No,
know.
we
They're
can
not a
say
governor. Once a governor, always a governor.
Former governor. But we should
Former
address him as a former governor.
Former
Yes.
governor, yes. All right.
Thank you. Well, to me, what is actually happening in River State is it's just nothing but what I want to call political greed. Political greed. That's the way I want to look at it. Because for every position you occupy or you are elected to, it's either for 4 years or for 8 years or for 3 years. And the moment your tenure is over, someone must take over that position. Whether the person is being helped or assisted by you to get to that position, but even if you're at that, you should also know that someone also help you to get into your position where you were there.
Exactly.
So for me, everybody has someone who has assisted him or her to get to a particular political position. The former
Yes.
governor himself, who is now the FCT minister, Yeson Wike, was assisted by the former first family, which is President Jonathan and his wife, President
Yes.
Jonathan. They assisted him to become governor, even when he was against the zoning formula put in place by the ex-governor then, Rotimi Amechi. But Wike, being an Ikure man, also said, okay, look, he wants to become governor, and they did everything to put him into that position. Now the question is, was he loyal to them? Did he remain, loyal to them till date? But
No.
at the time, he also had his own issues with them, and
Yes.
then that relationship was severe. And so, if God has helped use you now to allow the Jos or the Riverine area to produce a governor in Sim Fubara, it is because God has also allowed it to be so. Because for me, my understanding is that God always help, install leaders. There's nothing anybody can do. If God says Fubara will not become governor, he will become governor. So, having become governor, why not allow the man to have his way? You can at least be at the background and be guiding him, or not to be seen as if you want to rule again as a third-term governor. I think that was where the issue started from. I know Rivers people didn't really understand a whole lot of things when he was governor, because people just believe that, oh, because he's wicked, he likes, he's a very,
Paparazzi. He's always
yeah.
dancing. As he they
So,
sweet us, he go they paint them. As he they paint
now,
them, he go they
the
sweet
song has
us.
changed.
That's
Now
how we
the song
know.
has changed to him now. So
Yes.
what I'm trying to say here is that you help someone to become governor, allow him to have his own term as governor of the state. Not that you appoint almost all the commissioners for him. You appointed all these key staff to work with him. Now the man is caged. He can't even take a decision by himself. He has commissioners who don't believe that he is their boss. They still refer a lot of other things to the former governor. So I think what is actually happening is that when people look at Akwa Ibom State, for instance, I'm not sure you have ever heard that Umane Udom and the current governor are having any issue. They've not had any issue. But the man, of course, is always there, guiding the incumbent governor. Wike should have guided Fubara, you understand, to rule instead of wanting to rule by proxy. I think that's exactly what is happening in Rivers State. So people are looking for, like, okay, let us liberate ourselves from a one-man show. Because when Wike was governor, Amechi didn't even have his way. To even come into Rivers State was a problem for Amechi then. A lot of issues came up, probe here and there, and people were believing Wike. But now that Wike is no longer there, people have seen that, look, Amechi was a good man when he was governor. And so these are the issues right now, is political greed. And until we get to a level where, as someone who has been in office, the moment you leave office, learn to understand that the man coming after you, whether you put him there or not, is not loyal to you, but loyal to his state. He's governor of Rivers State. He's not governor of Wike State.
Thank you. That's the language. Fubara is the governor of Rivers State. He's not your governor, Mr. Wike. But let's come to see this first. I want to see. Sometimes I'm enjoying the drama because I believe that when they fight, it's always in the interest of the people. Because if the two of them were parleying, the money will be going to one place we wouldn't ask. Now, everybody is careful. And we need this. This is credible opposition. I don't mind. Let the drama go on. And I don't even want them to settle. You know why I say so? By the time Wike and Fubara is fighting, Fubara is trying to impress us with the populace so that we can be on the side. Wike will try to do everything to discredit Fubara. This way, the state might benefit. Because if you see the time with Wike, and that's the same thing we want to, I was crying that if people like Obi should be fighting the presidency, first set up a committee, set up their own little cabinet, and begin to release statement against the government, so the government can be put on the stools on the standing all the time. So I think that this is what is going on now. For me, it's a good thing. But let's look at it first. How are the people? Let's be, my guy there will say, let's be sincere. Are the population with Wike or they are with Fubara?
You've seen all the media reports. I bet you I've lived in Rivers State since 1999. So I can talk about Rivers State. I've been here since 1999. So I can't talk about Rivers State. I've been on the field as a media person. I've witnessed a whole lot of elections, 1999 election. 2000 three elections, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019. I was practically on the field. So I can tell you about River State. Even though I'm not from River State, but I can tell you about River State because I've been here since 1999. So
Okay.
I have all the experiences and I've worked with almost all the governors that have been in the state. The truth about it is that take 10 people today in River State and ask them what's their opinion. And let you know that 9 of them will tell you they are for Fubara. The one that will speak that is for Wike is because he's getting something from Wike. See, the truth about it is that the civil servants are the most happiest in River State today. Go anywhere and ask them. They are the most happiest because for 8 years, for 8 good years, there was no promotion in the civil service. Okay, for 8 good years. Now, Fubara came in less than 1 year. All promotions have been, promotions have been given to people. In fact, some people have double promotion. For the very first time ever, in December last year, the governor gave an approval for 100,000 naira each to all the civil servants. Not minding who, whether junior or senior, they all got 100,000 naira Christmas bonus with a bag of rice for the very first time. Now tell me, are you still people are not happy? Someone has taken over and put the state secretariat in
You
order.
see what I'm saying?
But Daddy Chris, hold on. Based on what you're saying, Mr. Timmy, we know that prior to now we've been seeing a lot of media, like you said, you're a media person. It's called the ex-governor was called Mr. Project, like as if he was doing so much, and the people of the state were extremely happy. Was that just a media, jumbo or whatever you called it?
Give it to him. Give it to Wike. When it comes to projects, building of bridges, flyovers, road construction, I score him 100% on that. I must be honest with you. If it's for road construction, Wike was there. But some of the media paparazzi you see are not just what you see on ground. Okay, if you construct a road for say 100 million, and then you are spending close to about 20 million for the commissioning for media. I mean, for the media part of the commissioning, does it really make sense?
I was coming to that, sir. I was coming to that because yes, sometimes we define development as road construction. That has been our destiny. Unfortunately, we don't understand what is good governance. Every time on this show, I've tried to educate my people what is good governance. How can a governor in River State, that was what I'm coming to. I'm happy you've been there for some time now. A governor that earned that amount of money. I asked Wike one question. What has he done in River State? That should there be no oil tomorrow, River State will be earning money. I can hear
exactly. Exactly.
Nothing.
There was no human capital development. The people were jobless. All you were doing was creating task force for people. Young people leave school. You see a graduate with a master's degree becoming a task force member. I mean, what does the future hold for us for such kind of a person?
In fact, that is our destiny in the South. In Delta State, Okowa was intelligently giving most of the boys. If you see that you are going to be on a position, they give you an essay, they give you a PA with 200,000 naira salary. Your destiny is short. Okowa was able to control the state. They clap for them.
They appointed 200,000 advisors. 200,000 advisors.
Can you imagine?
And then you can see someone who is a graduate, a master's degree holder, becoming an SC and a special advisor with almost salary. Even if it's 100,000, is that what he's going to live on? And then there's no office. Just after SC.
No office. No, thank you. You no office. You see what I'm saying?
We understand what he has done by constructing the roads, flyover 1, flyover 2.
We don't need roads.
What economic value are those roads to people who are hungry? So if I am hungry, I have no job, I'll just drive on a flyover, and I'm happy that I'm driving on a flyover in the state. Look, see, there are things people should prioritize when you attain leadership. The people first, but not politics. See, well, let me say this. I've said this everywhere I go to talk about me radio or TV. Until we, reduce the cost of governance and make political office less lucrative, our economy will never grow in this country. Take it from me, anyway. Take it anyway.
In fact, you said it all, but and that's going to bring us to, we're going to bring the issue of labor in quickly. But you see now, like I said, when the two elephants are fighting, sometimes the grass don't suffer. We stay there and we see them. They go to fall. They come to us and we dance together. You see, they were too high. Now they are dancing with us. For the first time, Fubara will be talking to us as we are friends. And Wike is this. He's doing that because he has an enemy that is bigger than us. So we want them to have an enemy. Let them fight themselves. We need this. It's in the interest of the state. Let us clap for Rivers State. Rivers, God is doing something for you people. Let this fight continue. Now we're gonna spend some few minutes to look at you. You come up with something I've been talking about. So I want us to share mind on that quickly before we go to the other part of this discussion, which is the governors not understanding. You talk about the salary. The salary is not even the problem. The truth is these governors are not productive. The money Wike has been earning, sir. If the money Wike has been collecting from the federal government, if Wike had put some, who had a refinery? We heard that Dangote had a refinery. Is Dangote richer than Rivers State? Dangote can never be richer than Rivers State. Quote me. He's not richer than Rivers State. Yeah, Dangote is able to have a refinery. Rivers, with all the oil we have, they couldn't come up with their own refinery. Would it be somebody?
Fire everywhere.
The federal government stop them. You know what Rivers State have? They have access to the sea, meaning they can have the best seaport. They can defeat Lagos. Is Wike not? Sure. Is he so timid not to see what Tinubu did in his own state? Now he's now supporting Tinubu. Tinubu will stand. Oh, wait. You see, all our governors, even those of us from the South, we need to send them a message. Unfortunately, you see, Wike you know what happened? Have you seen the drama playing? Princess, I want you guys to listen to this. This is important. Have you seen Rotimi Amechi? He wanted to be president. Urobose Kerame Ibori wanted to be president. Okowa wanted to be president. You know why they pick on these Hausa boys, pick on them? Because they have money to share. Ibori literally used our money to win Yaraduwa's election. Delta State money. Now, we saw the last one. Okowa used our money to sponsor, the last election. Wike in his own part, you saw his display in Abuja. Who was Wike to run for president? Where does Wike work for money that is spending to become president? You see the destiny of our children those of us producing oil, we're going to blame tomorrow. The money given to us has been, you see what the governors are doing to our children. They are destroying our children. You know what they do? Oh, they are road masters, and we clap for them. Please, it is a night time we preach the right message. What you said today is not me saying it. That of what use will you construct a bridge, an overpriced bridge, over-budgeted bridge, at the expense of development, of true development, of wealth creation? I don't understand that, sir. I don't. And
so now we know that since this issue between Fubara and Wike, it has been one issue, and now we're seeing people losing their lives on the process. And in as much as we want them to fight, in as much as we want Fubara, to actually take charge, people are suffering as well. We saw killings the other day. And what exactly is the situation in the state as of today? Is the place calm now? What is going on today?
Okay, basically, that's what happened the very first day at Omuma local government was just, a politician trying to use his security, to oppress the people. Of course, the people revolted. This time around, people are taking, their destiny in their own hands. Let me be honest with you. People are no longer waiting for the oppression or for the oppressed. Yesterday I was in Bayelsa yesterday. I drove down to buy from Port Harcourt to Bayelsa yesterday. I actually came back, and everywhere was peaceful. I drove through the Emoha local government secretariat. My way to Bayelsa. I drove to Ahoda, Ahoda West, and everywhere was calm. No, now the point is this: the people say, "Look, enough is enough. Allow this guy to rule." So, having the tenure has ended of the former local government chairman, and they were still trying to we wanted to continue the attorney elongation, and the people say, "No, you wait for the court. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't want to interpret whatever the court has said." And then the case is still in appeal court. We expect that today there might be a ruling today. Today is 20th, so we're waiting for the. But what they said is your tenure has ended on the 17th of June. The governor has said, step aside. let the head of local government administration take over the running of the local government. And then yesterday, caretaker committee, which were named the interim management committee, were appointed. And the police said they have taken over all the secretariat, under lock and key. So nobody, whether the former or the incoming, as at yesterday, could access the local government secretariat. But like the governor said, he's a man of peace. He actually charged them to say, look, you can work from wherever you are. The good thing that you are in charge of the administration of the local government. Pay the former local government chairman and councillor, pay off whatever they are owing them. So it means that the interim management committee are in charge of the running of the affairs of the local governments, local government in Rivers State, because they are the one that the governor probably has released the monies, all the monies that were, seized. Seized by the, from the local government people. So there's peace in Rivers State. To be honest with you, there's no fighting. Everybody is calm. The boys are saying, look, you as the former local government, you cannot access the secretariat of the local government also. So it's a 50-50 thing. So, yes. But the thing is that in the running of the affairs, the interim management committee that just been sworn in yesterday are in charge because they control the finances of the local government area. Yeah. So that goes on ground now.
So let's get this clear. Are you saying that legally the tenure of the chairman has finished? Their time is over.
They were sworn in on the 17th day of June 2021. Okay. And by the 17th day of June 2024, exactly 3 years.
Yes.
In office.
That tenure is supposed to be over. Yes.
That tenure is over.
And the governor at that moment have the legitimate right to appoint local government coordinators or to run the affairs of the state. Why has the governor done wrong? But what is like you said,
I don't understand that, Chris. Is the governor supposed to elect, appoint, or there's supposed to be an election?
There's supposed to be an election, but prior to any election, the governor have the right to appoint. That is how it is done.
Yes, he has a right
to fill the gap. Yes,
he has a right because there can be no vacuum in administration. Yes. So what he did was that, and then when people are saying that he didn't conduct the election, how can you conduct the election in the atmosphere, in the political atmosphere in Rivers State, for instance, where even the party leadership is being threatened? He has no control over the party leadership. So you don't expect that, and that's, those are local administration are the basis where you have access to the grassroots. So definitely now he has said, look, we have appointed caretaker committee chairman to run the affairs of the government. Now on July 1st, yesterday, RISEC, which is the River State Independent Electoral Commission, came out with an invitation to all stakeholders for a meeting on July 1st. The chairman has announced and sent a memo for a meeting of all stakeholders. Now, on July 1st, they will now discuss the modalities for local government elections to take place. Even the governor said yesterday, while sworn in those IMC, he said, look, your tenure will be for a very short time because we are setting the modalities for the conduct of local government elections. And immediately before the close of business yesterday, the chairman of RISEC released a statement, an official statement, inviting all the stakeholders, in Rivers State for a meeting on July 1st to discuss the way and the modalities for conducting the local government election. So those guys who have their tenure has expired, if you're qualified to run for a second tenure, go get your party ticket. The governor is saying, look, it's open because it's open for everybody. But there can be no tenure elongation, whereas those who made the law were assumed to be no more members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And even the court, a Rivers State High Court, had, of course, stopped. That law. He said, look, that law cannot stand. There can be no tenure elongation because you that made that law are no longer members of the State House of Assembly. So, to me, what the governor is doing, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I only did business law when I was in school. So I'm not.
The lawyer has done. The law is in favor of Fubara here. Sorry, Princess. Let me quickly stay with him because I'm going to go back to the stories. Let's get some clarification. For the first time, I'm having it clearer with Rivers State, and I'm sure my audience are enjoying it. Thank you very much for for throwing light on them. So let's look at where are those who, let me call them, so-called wicked supporters who are members of the House of Assembly, because they made the state ungovernable for Fubara.
Fubara.
Where are they now? Are they still in office? What is their fate, or what are their fates?
Well, according to what the judgment, we have had several judgments. You know, Nigerian judiciary, I don't know the right word to use to describe them, where you have a lot of
Yeah,
fucking Muslims, you know, the same. So I don't know. I don't know. Somebody was said something and said, look, Nigerian judiciary is for the highest bidder. And I said, well, I don't know about that. I'm not one who will come out openly to the public to disparage whatever arm of government. But for me, there have been several. The state high court has said, look, they have declared the seat of these guys vacant. You know, and they're forgetting that these guys went to Federal High Court Abuja to also swear to an affidavit that they have left their former party. You understand? Citing crisis in the party. And as far as we are concerned, there has been no crisis in PDP, apart from the chairmanship that IU took them to court. And I've been told that IU has actually withdrawn the case. So they are waiting for them to have a Congress where a new chairman will emerge. So on that basis, you can see a whole lot of contradiction. Federal High Court, State High Court,
no crisis.
give you a whole lot. So, but as it stands now, well, today is 20th of June, where the appeal court, which gave that virtual, release last week, was virtual. Now, look, all of you should maintain status quo. And then all the Facebook social media lawyers came, and were interpreting different meanings of
we do that. Yes. We do that.
We have a lot of Facebook lawyers. We have the ex-lawyers who didn't go to law school but became lawyers because they can speak English and they have data on their phone. So we're going to wait today. But what that ruling said is that yes, we have accepted your appeal, but maintain status quo. And to my understanding of that maintain status quo is that you guys should stay away from acting as members of the assembly. That's what I understand by that. Yes. So today we're going to hear that, and based on the fact that you forget that the SSG of the state, Dr. Tamil Danamobo, is a lawyer. The chief of staff of the River State government is a lawyer. Do you understand? So I don't think these ones will be there and be advising the governor, to do what is against the law. I don't think so.
To be honest, I've never seen where the governor has erred. That's what I'm trying to do. So, but let's get the fact very clear now. Are these people still resuming is the House of Assembly in River State open? Do they have deliberations? Do they resume office? Where are they? That's just on a practical level. We forget about what the law says. What's the situation on ground with them? All right. Now,
okay, I think we have issues with his network.
We are having it, yes.
Okay, welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. So, did you get my last question? I asked.
Yes, can you come again?
I was asking, where are these guys now? I mean, the House of Assembly. Do they still resume office? Is the House of Assembly open? Where are they?
No. The governor, there was an executive order, moving the sitting of the assembly from the assembly quarters where they have been having their sitting to the admin complex in this government house, which is where the four members loyal to the governor in the assembly, which have the Jumbo-led assembly, is sitting now. So at the moment now, they cannot sit again in that assembly quarter because of an executive order at the governor of the state, Sasinlae Fubara, has put in place. So at the moment now, we don't know where they are, whether they are still in the quarters, whether they are, but they have not been able to sit because of that executive order. That is the point.
All right.
Sir, if you see most of the headlines today, the newspapers we have, they are talking about Fubara Wike crisis. And we can see that from papers like we saw the Daily Times, We're seeing here Fubara sweats in CTC chairman amidst political confusion in Rivers. And then one of the writer here is saying that declare state of emergency in Rivers fast. APC urge FG. Do you think that is a good call regarding,
There's no how.
this and what we've seen so far?
How can you, the plan B, which we understand, is to cause political turmoil, thereby asking the president to declare a state of emergency. And if you go by, the powers that the federal government has, I don't think any president who wants peace in this country will
Let's say
declare a state of emergency just to favor a particular set of people. I don't see it coming soon, but I see that the judiciary should do what is right. If you know this is right, do it. If you have said that if a political an elected member of any assembly or whatever position you are, if you they come from you, the party that elected you into office, you automatically lose your seat. So the judiciary should stop all this back and front, all these legal terminologies they keep using it for us who laymen who don't know what the law is all talking about. Ex parte motion, ex parte this, ex parte that. They should stop all of those things and interpret the law accordingly. What is the law saying? What does the law say? They should tell us exactly what it is, it is right. And if those guys have lost their seat, they should go back. INEC should conduct election. If the court say, okay, they've not lost their seat, give us reasons why they've not lost their seat. To me, the end of this whole thing is that if the court has said, look, these guys have lost their seat because they can't, then let it be so. Let INEC come in. Now, if you're popular, if you think you're popular, go on the contest and then come back to office and work with the governor. There is no how a sitting governor will not have an assembly that is understanding with him. You must not actually take all of what the governor is sending to you, but at least you cannot be overriding the governor and you expect the governor to be happy. You bring out resolutions and then the governor declare assent, you override the governor, you are using the powers of the governor, and you want the governor to be happy with you. It's not possible.
Anyway, we don't want Fubara to be happy. I'm liking this as well. But what I do know is if the member of the House of Assemblies, they were elected by the people, and for me they have the mandate of the people. The law is a technical area. That's why the court is having issues here, because these people have the mandate of the people, and technically they've already disowned their party, but they have the mandate. So that is where the court is having this big issue. And we let them. But I think perhaps now it is time, like Riley said, to have a decisive decision. If the court say they can remain, let them work.
They could remain how? The most
No,
important
they
thing is
could be
that people
members.
are tired of money.
Sometimes I think people can
They're already
become
tired of money.
their
So
party.
why can't they
They
remain?
do so. I think they may have some. You see, it's an interpretation of the law. Some may say you have the right to change your political party at any time, but as long as you have the mandate of the people, you carry your mandate with you. That is one area. Another thing is you are not even a candidate. It's the party that is the candidate. The party feed you in. Once you disown the party, you are gone. So those are the legal interpretations. Let the boys in the court do that. But what we want is judgment, so that the state can move forward. There cannot be a state without the two arms of government, these two important arms of government, which is legislative and the executive arm. We need them to work and fight and agree, disagree, so the state can move forward.
I think that Chris, even at the federal level, from the National Assembly, we've seen during Saraki's time that even people in that were on the red or green chambers were actually cross carpeting, moving
Yes,
from one party to other during their tenure,
exactly.
and there was no much fuse about it.
That's
And
what I'm
now,
saying.
yes, Mr. Timmy, and now look at when you go to Vanguard newspaper. There's another story there that says Rivers crisis: Hubert orders probe of LG's account. The Reds audit of council's accounts. Now, do you think this is a move, to fight more, or I don't want to use the wrong words, but do you think this is a move targeted at Wike? We know that if they were party, and there was no crisis, such will not be seeing such audits and of course moves. But now that they are fighting, of course, two people will not be fighting, and I'll tell you you're beautiful. I will look for a way to tell you you are ugly, even if you're beautiful. Now, do you think this is moved towards, fighting back at Wike, the ex-governor?
Of course, what do you expect when you want to destabilize my government? What do you expect? So it's the governor said recently, say jungle has matured. So and one funny thing, there are a lot of videos that are trending that when the former governor was campaigning for Fubara to become governor, and then he said, "You people call this boy, this small boy, but what this small boy will do to you, eh?" Those are the things that are trending now. Now the small boy now is not using that red pen. That red pen that he's not using the red pen to show them that he's a governor. There's a level to which when you understand the powers of the office you occupy. Fubara is just being a very I didn't vote for Fubara. That's the truth about it. I had my own candidate. But you see, the truth about it that I live in River State. I do business in River State. Do you understand? And by the grace of God,
a resident as well, or
I've been here since 1998. I came here as a youth corper, and I've remained here. I've married here. I have my family here. I have my kids here.
It's safe to say you are indigent, sir.
Yes.
Okay. And I also have, by the grace of God, at least once you are a landlord in a particular place, it shows that you are at least
you can contest election there. You can run for the governor, sir. You can run for the governor. So let me just add something. Yes. I wanted to add something.
Go ahead, sir. Let him finish, sir.
Maybe I'll let you finish. Yes.
What we are saying is this: when you push a man to a point, he will fight back. So what Fubara is doing now is fighting back.
My concern is you must fight back within the limit of the law. That is my worry. You understand? And that's why I said, I've been listening. I'm trying to see whether Fubara has crossed the boundary. Like you rightly said,
ordering for proof is within the limit of the law. He's a governor.
Yes, from what he has done. Yes, but what I'm waiting for the court to clear is, like President Lightly said, we've seen it at the federal level. Thank God you made a very big instance of this man was literally not in APC. Our former Senate president. Saraki was opposed APC throughout, you understand? And the second tenure he changed. We saw that clearly. And it was okay. As long as it's within the law, if they play the game well, sometimes it's in the benefit of the state. Let me repeat this. During Saraki, we had a very good government. Buhari was not allowed to do all he wanted to do because Saraki was in the Senate. We won that. Sometimes I'm not really even a very big. I still want the Senate, the House of Assembly not to be totally for Fubara. I'm not supporting Fubara 100% here, but I think he's been oppressed by Wike. But for the state to move forward, we need a credible opposition so that I can put them on the watch. It's very important. That's what we do here in the UK. We have the two parties. In fact, what they'll do is if your party wins election, while you forming the cabinet, the other one will form the opposition cabinet. So they will have the prosy in all fighting 24/7. And whatever they do, they relate to one another to make sure the debate in the House of Assembly, in the House of Parliament here is robust and is detailed, and the public can hear the different side of the story. I think this is very important for us as a state. And let us not discourage it. Let us see it as a trouble. What is going on in Rivers for me is a blessing. I love it. I know for
so just like I was saying, you don't expect. He had even threatened to probe the state government, and there's something he said. He said, "Look, I was the Captain General of the state during that government. Every action I took, I have the approvals from the former governor." I mean, that's what he said. So he is not afraid for the government for what he wants to do to prove the state government. Look, if you say yes, I have, but I acted based on approvals. And so he's ready to probe the state government. And now also, in the last 1 year, he has been releasing money to the state government, to the local government to, operate. So he also has a right to say, okay, let me probe the local government. So if you do me, I do you. So you do me, I do you. Just like what the
Let's sing with Fubara. As you they do me, I go there do you as you there they do you, you go there do me because that's where we are now.
No,
Because
no, it's now
it's not.
day. No, Fubara song is day your day. I day
I,
by day.
I
Nobody
mean,
calling Fubara.
It's wicked that as they sweet them, they pain or something like that. It's wicked
yes,
or
we
No,
change
no,
it.
no,
something.
now
We
it's
change it.
now it's day your day. Make a day my day. Day your day. Oh.
Make
Nobody
it.
worry Fubara.
I mean, I love this, man.
Now, sir, if you look again, I take you back to the papers. Look at the Punch. The only story, well, the major story coming from the Punch is Rivers. Rivers plans parallel secretariat as police bar Fubara caretaker chairman. And now the governor orders caretaker chairman to get alternative secretariat as police shut local governments. Now, where do you think we'll go from here? We are now seeing that police have actually taken over the secretariat and they can't even work from there. So, where do you think the state can go from here with a situation like this on ground today?
Well, it shows that there is a lot of things happening, behind the scene. But like what Fubara said, he said, no, but the good thing is that none of them, so the media also should also report what is good. If you say police bad critical committee, they have also barred the former chairman for also assessing the secretariat. That is the truth. There are
Yes.
some yes, yesterday, the former local government chairman of the Kwere local government, Samuel Wanosike, also was barred from assessing the local government secretariat yesterday at Isiokpo. Yes, he's there, but that may not be reported. But that is
Yes.
the point. So none of them can assess that place. Well, for me, it shouldn't be a cause for worry because if they go in there, the other camp they also go in there, and there may be destruction of properties and lives may be
Like what we
lost.
saw the last time.
Yeah, so I think for now it may be a good way to averting a crisis. You understand
Yes.
what I'm saying? So, but like I
Obviously.
said, yes, but like I said, the governor has told. I mean, the assembly complex was destroyed, and the governor has ordered a reconstruction. Now, presently, the assembly is sitting in the government house, in a complex in the government house, by the executive order of the government. So, local government also can operate. Like I told you, the governor has given them the mandate, and he has released monies which were withheld from the former council chairman. He has released the money to them and he said, look, go ahead and operate from anywhere. You can operate from anywhere. That's what he said. So because of the crisis. So if we say Rivers plans parallel secretariat, police for Bubala, as long as the local government is functioning, as long as projects are not domiciled in the secretariat, projects are domiciled in different communities. So the chairman and the interim team, management team, can equally go around all the projects. It's not
Yeah.
just have a place to do and approve those things, but I believe that after today's ruling on the court,
Yes.
a lot of things may change. May
Yes.
change. That's what
I
I
agree.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but for now,
Mr. President,
the
you're
governor has
right. The
said
police, the
they
police
can
did the right
operate.
thing.
Yes, they
I
can
know.
operate from anywhere.
Yes, I agree. I know that's going political now. The police have done the right thing to avoid crisis, to avoid
Yes.
bloodshed. They've decided to shut down the secretariat until they have a court judgment. That's the simple. It's not only
Yes.
food harassment. The press will always report what they want to report. I agree
That's what
with
I'm
you.
saying.
Putting that in
Yes.
perspective. So the
Yes.
place is shut down. So in fact, moving forward, we want to see a prosperous River State. I want to thank you for joining us. I want you to stay with us as we look at another difficult issue in Nigeria. We want to quickly look at
Yes,
that
I
with
was
you.
going to throw the issue of Kano to
That's
him.
what I'm saying. You better stay with us and so that we take a look at that, just to see what the governors are costing us as a people. I don't want to judge the governors, but I really am not for governors in state in Nigeria at the moment. We have this same story now, this similar story in Kano, where we have two, what do you call it? Two elephants are fighting over there. Two, is it more than two elephants? I don't know whether they are more than two now, but this is the issue. And the painful thing here is these people are supposed to be cousins. These two are cousins and fighting over a throne. Politics. What's your take on this? Because I'm enjoying this drama as well. I see the abuse of what the
I
governors
think
are doing and what they can do
I think
more.
we should name you king of drama. Okay, well, you see, this is a one very serious issue that should make all of us to sit back and look at what the governors are doing. Now, um, Umar Ganduje was governor of Kano State. He had issues or disagreements with Sanusi, and he dethroned him.
Yes.
Now, another governor comes in and
So
then retains that man and also dethrone the other man that was installed as the emir. Now, if this issue are not, clearly revealed and identified and put in the name, I mean, this thing may continue, which is not good. The way our governors or political leaders turn, laws to favor them is not really the best. Now, if you have a disagreement with the emir for that kind of office, the emir of Kano, a revered office like that, you just remove the man because you disagree with him. I think there are better ways of resolving disagreement than removing or banishing a whole an emir of a state. Remember that Kwankwaso, who was the former governor, also brought in Sanusi as the emir due to all their political whatever they want to say when he
yes,
was removed as the governor of central bank then because of his issue with the government of Jonathan then. Now, so all of those background story we need to understand it. So for me, Sanusi has always wanted to be an emir. That was like his own, lifetime, achievement and ambition. Just like the president also have an achievement to become president. And Sanusi was an outspoken person. He would not say something and keep his mouth shut. He will
that's
always
the
speak out.
problem. That's the
He will
problem.
always speak out. He cannot keep his mouth. He will always speak out. And
That was
so,
Sanusi's problem. They
for
admit.
me,
Yes.
and now courts have come out now to give counter ex parte motion. Even I know how that one even was in the US and gave a ruling from the US. And so these are things that we,
I,
we can't understand. We can't
Treasure,
understand.
Mr. Treasure,
Yes,
that is where we
yes,
are. We see that
yes.
story now. We see the governors playing, and even between the federal court and the state. Another, you see the high court and the federal high court. You see the drama too. High court will say one, the state will say another, which is a shame on the judiciary. I don't understand. Is it the power of jurisdiction? I know you're not a lawyer. I've been looking for somebody in the legal. I don't understand the Nigerian law. How the judgment, which court is higher, how the judgment of one state of the federal may not be so important in the state, or how the state can be overpowered by the federal. This is all shameful. The judiciary are not working together in teams here, and we saw that in your state. I'm sure we've seen that
Yes.
with Fubara and I know Wike will use the federal might now to come and fight. Of course, Fubara has his own state. It's going to have this way there. So we see the same thing here. Right now, it's like the big power are coming from the federal is saying we want the former one. The state is saying, hey, we want Sanusi. And this kind of thing is highly in the interest of the people, sir. So what is your
I,
take?
I
What is
I
your
think
take on the judiciary?
I
Yeah.
think I think the judiciary should sit down and reorganize that arm of government. It's becoming very embarrassing why political leaders will always run to the court to make the court go against the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the Chief Justice should, as a matter of urgency, call for a meeting, call for a retreat or a debate, I don't know, and
Yeah, I
let
know.
us follow this issue of state high court and federal high court giving contrary judgment on the same issue is
Shameful.
becoming very embarrassing,
It is
very
shameful as
embarrassing.
well. It's
It's
shameful,
very
my
shameful.
brother.
So
Shameful.
I think my advice or my take on this is that, to be very honest with you, there was no basis for Sanusi to have been removed as the emir of Kano. There was no
Thank
basis.
you.
There was no reason for that. There was no reason. There was no
Yes.
reason. We're talking about because
They know the truth.
if you
It's part
keep
of
doing this thing,
Fubara.
so tomorrow now somebody else comes again and then remove him again and another person come and put him back. Why
In
have we
fact,
showed them?
Sanusi said that recently that he knows that when another governor comes around, of course, a governor against this governor now, he will definitely be removed again. And also, we've had analysts from Kano State, we have people from the Emirates itself, describing whatever is happening there as shameful, And of course, we know that it's not political tussle. They've turned tradition, they've turned the Emirates into political. We've seen that over time, this governor will come and do whatever they want. And like one of the guests said here, that for instance, he becomes the governor today, he can choose to bring his brother as the emir and nothing will happen. So unlike other great kingdoms we've seen, like the Benin kingdom, the Ife kingdom, these are kingdoms that we used to hold in a very high esteem. But over time, we see that politics, have done something, to this kingdom. So what do you think we do? We know that the governors also are holding on to local government autonomy. They don't want to let go. Now they are controlling the kings. Kings are not people that you're supposed to order around. Before now, they are people you don't even see anyhow. But we've seen that they are now, our kings are now more political than, instead of doing what they are supposed to do at the community or grassroots level, they are now even more into politics than the political elite themselves now. What do you think we do? Do you think there should be a law, separating anything that has to do with, the emirate, the kings, from, taking that power from our governors?
Yes, I think the law should be reviewed, and we cannot have a governor who was elected to start controlling someone who is. This is a hereditary. In some places is hereditary. Of course, you have the ruling houses that were there when those communities were established. For instance, I don't see any governor that will have that mind to remove the Oba of Benin now. I don't see that happening. I don't see.
Even
I don't see.
the British
I
couldn't
think
remove the Oba of Benin. The British couldn't do
that.
it. You know what happened during the time of Averami? They took him to
So I
Calabar.
don't see.
And they tried
And
to put
you
another one. They
know,
refused.
and of course, even the Sultan of Sokoto, I don't think any governor can put that idea of wanting to remove him. Of course, the federal government did that during is it the Sultan Mashido or so? I think there about then he did that, and then during the military era. But you see, these are things we must understand and we must be able to differentiate ourselves from. The governor should remove their hands from traditional stools. It's not for them to, because somebody else will come again and then do it again just to satisfy his own this thing. And then thereby you are breaking down that throne. You're reducing it to nothing, which is not supposed to be so. It is that time the kings also, just like, because somebody was saying that it's because of what they do. They put in their hand in so many things, and then they don't respect themselves again. That's why you cannot have a governor who wake up one morning and remove and dethrone an emir. A governor will wake up one morning and then dethrone an Oba, remove him and put somebody else there. We should differentiate these things. Even I'm happy for the case the federal government has taken to court concerning the local government. It's
Local
high
government.
time the government allowed the local government to breathe. I'm in support of that case. I am in support because they have taken so much money from the local government allocations. They just give them so much. In fact, some states. I have a brother who is a consultant at the National Assembly on local government administration, and he travels a lot to every state in this country. And when he comes back, he's always giving us the brief of what he sees, how local government are operating. In some states, they will just give you salaries alone,
That's
no
what they
money for food,
do. Come to
no money
Delta
for project,
State. Don't go far. Come to
no
Delta
money for
State. Make
project,
come here and go poo for am. Eh? Come to
no
Delta
money,
State. Hey.
no money for project, no money for project. And then you now start blaming the local government chairman. Oh, in your tenure, you didn't do anything. That the man has no money. He has nothing, to work with. Go to some other states, and those local government also, they also don't generate any internet the IGR. There's no business to generate revenue from. The one that generates revenue from their own, they put it in their pockets because there's nothing to fall back on apart from salary from the state government. So that autonomy, I am in support of it with my full chest. Let me use that word. With my full chest. I support it 100%. Let's have local government autonomy. Let's so that we can hold them accountable. If they are not developing their state, their local government areas, we say, look, you have all the money. The money comes directly to you. Why are you not working? So, but for the Kano state thing, I think let's listen. Let's get to hear the judgment today.
Judgment
You
today.
know,
I will know
judgment
what
today.
happens tomorrow.
Then we
Anyway,
know what
whatever the judgment is, this is the problem with that of the Kano State. There's a very big trouble here. If the judgment goes against Sanusi, we how will I call it? That would be an oppression of justice. And in fact, it's taking us back behind. We are saying to the, meaning we are telling the traditional rulers not to do what they're supposed to do, calling our leaders to, to put in them, say, hey, you can't do this, you can do this. This is not fair. This is not right. Because that is their job in the first place. Their job is to liaise between the people and the government. They are still important. And what Sanusi was doing, being a man of his people, he will speak out. And that was why he's an enemy. Like I always say on the show, that if you want to be the biggest enemy to people, is the man that is saying the truth. The only reason they killed Jesus Christ is because Jesus Christ was telling them the truth. So Sanusi, should we be celebrating that Sanusi has left office? Is it time for us? I'm not trying this to you, sir. Is it time for us to say as a people, no, the man was saying the truth. We need to support him so that the other ones can follow suit?
Well, I've always said it. There was no reason to remove or dethrone Emir Sanusi. And so whatever the judgment of the court, I'm sure the court will also look at a whole lot of things and do the right thing. The judiciary should stop setting this country on fire. Judiciary, a three-man will just sit down and nullify an election of a governor or a house of rep or a senator that millions of people voted for. 3 men just sit down and nullify that election because they are judiciary. I think enough is enough of that judicial rascality in this country. That's what I used to call it. Because sometimes you could see that the election. For instance, look at the election in Imo State. Look at what happened in Imo State, and then the tribunal will come and say the governor was duly elected. Just look at the kind of word election that a lot of people were killed. People could not even come and vote. And then the rigging was so pronounced, and then you come out and say, the tribunal will say the man was duly elected. And then you go to appeal, you waste your time going to appeal. At the same time, you hear that they upheld the judgment of the tribunal. And then you go to the Supreme Court, they will not say again the truth. And the lower court or the appeal court was right. And then where do you go again? No way. You have to wait for the next 4 years to make up your mind on what to do. It is time to stand against judicial rascality in this country. Judges are the problems in this country. They are the problem in this country. They come up with all sorts of laws, all sorts of things. That's why I see, if I have my way at this age now, that law, I will go and study law to even know what's happening in this law. I'm telling you. Because
That's what I'm doing.
I'm telling you the truth. It's so annoying.
That's what I'm doing, my brother. I'm doing law at this age. Thank you very much for crediting me, because I have to. Because it got to a point I have to ask myself, what is going on? And you see, the truth is, even in the UK, the judges will tell you they are not the one to make the law, that they will work with what the parliament says. That's the problem. So the judges will say we are working with the constitution. It's what the constitution says that we are saying. So, and they have a way of escaping trouble. And because we know that they are the ones that pay, that earns the last money. You think the money is going around. During the election, when they have an issue, that's when the judges get their pay. Otherwise, they are not well paid. So you can imagine how it is. So as at that time, during the crisis, that's when the money will come to us in the judiciary. Otherwise, we are not part of the system. So give us a time to breathe, like Tinubu said. They've been breathing. The executive have been breathing. The legislature are breathing. What about the judges? It's the other arms of government. Let us breathe. Perhaps that is the time to breathe. I'm not justifying the evil they're doing. I think it's a shame, really.
Anyway, just before we let you go, I know I didn't promise you a short time, but let's look at the ruling, the judgment of Kanu yesterday. There was a sitting, and Nnamdi Kanu is ready now to negotiate with the federal government after such a long time.
Big story, Kanu. Let me put it this way, Mr. Treasurer. Is Kanu finally surrendering to the will, to the arms of the federal government? Because is he saying that what he was doing was wrong? What is he negotiating?
Well, when I heard the news yesterday, I just told myself, I think this is the best decision he has ever made in his life. Because you see, you cannot fight government. You cannot. You see, government, there's something that Abacha said, late Abacha said. He said, if there are demonstrations or there's a crisis and it's more than 24 hours, then you know that the government has a hand in it. You get that? That the
Yes.
government has a hand in it.
They
So
can
for this
pull it.
particular one, I think it's right time. I think it's a good decision. Let him negotiate with the government so that there can be a way out, because these killings have not stopped, abated in the eastern part of this country. It's going on there. Last year I was in the east for 3 months. I was handling a project for someone for 3 months in the east, and I lived every day of my life with fear. I'm telling you. In fact, as a matter of fact, on the 30th of September, a day before October 1st, we got a very disturbing call, where the prayer we're handling then, and we were all scared. We couldn't even sleep till the following morning, because we were scared that they would not attack the facility where we were putting up in that place. So it's high time all these senseless killing stop. Killing of innocent military men, rendering young women to become widows overnight. You just go attack people because you are fighting for whatever. So I think it's that time. What he has said is the best. Let them be a very good team. Let them negotiate his release. And he said if he's released today, he has said it severally that if he's released today, all those unwanted killings will stop. So we hope that if he's released by the federal government through this negotiation, all those things he said will stop. Because people just like us on Monday in Inewi and Anambra State, 3 vigilante officers were shot dead for no reason. So these are the things that, these are family men, fathers of children, just caught up like that in their prime, trying to defend their community. They were shot by unknown gunmen. In Aba last month, you heard the story where at the military checkpoint, they just attacked them and killed all those men there. It's happening. Even the ones that are not being reported, are happening there, because not all those killings the media report. Some of them cannot even be reported until maybe it has happened for like a week or two. So if this is what he said he wants to do, Valago should listen to him, negotiate with him, and one thing they must hold him accountable for is that those unwanted killings must stop in the southeast part of the country. A lot of people cannot go back to their villages again to celebrate anything. You can imagine the last time, sometime 2 weeks ago, Flavor, the popular musician, could not bury his father in Anambra State. He buried his father in Enugu State where they are based, because he said Anambra was not safe. He doesn't want to take people there and there will be crisis and then he will not be blamed for that. He had to bury his father in Enugu State, not in his own ancestral home in Anambra State, due to all of this insecurity. So all we are saying, if Nnamdi Kanu has said he wants to negotiate with the federal government, oh, beautiful, fine, but they should watch him very, very, very well. If they allow him to go, he should be held responsible for everything that happened in the southeast part of the country. That's my take on that.
Mary, do you agree? Because these are, I have a slight different opinion, but let's hear from Mary. Mary, do you agree? Do you want the federal government to negotiate with him? Should he be let free now?
Yes, they need to negotiate, because my problem is even the sit at home they do every Monday. That one is even paining me the most, because you stop these people from doing the needful, and even if they tend to violate the law, you see the person actually suffer from maybe they have to put the person in prison or kill the person. You understand, for disobeying that thing. You can't keep them in the house on Monday when they're supposed to come out and do their business, because you are not the one feeding them. You understand? And this has resulted to a lot of killings in the east. So him being there is not bringing any solution to the eastern people. It's not helping us. They're killing themselves. You understand? So I feel like this is actually one of the best decisions he has actually
Yeah,
made.
my only question for Kano, thank you. Yeah, my question for Kano will be what the people that are killing, of what interest are they to your movement? Understand? Otherwise, I kind of agree. I think people should be allowed to fight for their freedom. There are certain things that are not okay with a particular part of the country. The people like Kano make it. In fact, it was like
So
a
that's the
symbol of that
importance
you
of
can
the sit
fight
at
for
home.
freedom. But the way
That's
they
the
went
importance
about
of
it,
the sit
killing the
at home.
people, is what I don't understand. I don't know whether you.
No, Daddy Chris. Perhaps my next question to Mr. Timmy is going to answer your question.
Okay.
I'm thinking that let's not forget that we had so many analysts, security analysts, experts here on the show that have defined, went into the history of insecurity that brought us here today. And now looking back to, we're talking about the south, maybe the northern parts where Boko Haram killings emanated from. We've seen that these were sponsored by a group of people, and over time, These people had no control over this, set of people they've brought to terrorize a particular person, a state, or a government, thereby, spreading this insecurity across boards and across Nigeria. Don't you think, Mr. Timmy, because you did say that Kanu should be held responsible just in case the killings do not stop? Don't you think at this point, Kanu might not even have control over these people
You've
because
said it
it's
all,
been for
Princess.
so long?
Thank you, thank you. Timmy, Mr. Treasure, you know the movie I watched? It's called The Rock. You know, the general that was leading them, having said the cause, at a point in time when the general want to pull back, the guy said, no, sir. You understand? We're here and we're going to see this to the end. And that was a serious issue. So the question is this not beyond Kanu already? I don't know whether you're there.
Well, it is not. It is not beyond. It is not beyond him. Let's look at it this way. All the people that are coming out, all the fighters, so to say, they all link up their struggle to the independent people of Biafra struggle, which of course Kanu is the spiritual head of that movement. The ESN, the Mbe group, all the people you talk about, they always make one reference or the other to this particular movement, to declare the state of Biafra. So I think he understands their language. He understands their language. So if he say, look, let us negotiate, I'm saying that the federal government should be able to say, look, we will definitely negotiate with you. But these are the things we are trying to look at. Stop the killings in the southeast. A lot of businessmen from the southeast have taken their business out of southeast to Lagos. For instance, Kubana, the chief priest, he has taken his business from Imo State to Lagos because he said, look, insecurity is becoming too much. They can't even come home. In the east, for someone to come and bury, come for a burial, you will see the number of security men that will come with them. These guys spend so much money just to secure their lives. They build houses, they can't stay there. Hotels, is not longer functioning well because they don't come again over the weekend like they used to come before. I'm talking from experience. I was in the East for 3 months last year. Talking about, September, October, and the whole of November. I was in the East. Trying to put up a project there for someone. And I'm telling you what really happened. We're all living in fear. When they come back home like this, you will see security. When one of the senators that died, says Okunko that died then, if you see the number of security that came with the federal government entourage to bury this guy, you will ask if there's war going on in that zone. So these are things that we need to address. So he understands their language. He's the one that started this whole movement. He will be able to talk to them. So look, you guys should chill this killing because these killings are unnecessary. Why just wake up to go and kill a soldier man? Is the soldier man responsible for the problem in the country? A man who has been sent to maintain, law and order in that state. You just go there and take him unaware, and then you shoot him to death. He's gone. The young wife becomes a widow, and then you think that is the best thing. So what I'm saying is that, to answer your question, is that I think the negotiation should include that. Look, if you are going to release you, how do we stop this killing, this unwanted killing? Because the military is not even the one that is going to attack them first. They are the one that attack the military. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my concern. But I think it's a welcome development that the negotiation should take place. At least it will reduce the tension. No. Many people cannot go to the east again. Many of us, the other day we were going to Asaba from Port Harcourt. We have to go through Ugeli, through Ugeli axis to access Asaba, which was even longer than going through Onitsha, which is faster and all of that. So these are the things we are going through. So I would say that it's a welcome development if you ask me. Let them negotiate, but they should be sincere in everything they negotiate with this guy to avoid, all of these unnecessary killings and, maiming.
Thank you very much, Mr. Treasure. You made my day, and thank you. We want to have more of you on this show. I'm going to be personally giving you a call so we can rub minds together to see how we can move that state, that beautiful state, that initiative forward.
I'm available anytime, any day. Just give me a 24-hour notice. That's all you need to do. I'm available here for you.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll go on a quick break, people. We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, Of course, I know you guys have got some really clear perspective into what is going on in the state.
Rivers
And
State.
thank God is knowledgeable enough to help us actually look at what is going on in Kano State. And now, your valuable contribution to what Kano is doing is quite important. It's sensitive. It's a very difficult issue for every one of us. Kano, I'm gonna support you, Kano. But when you talk of the killing, nobody in my position can ever say a word good about what is going on in the east. Man, it's an operation on your own people. If it can be well structured in a different way. If you have issues with the federal government, like Riley said, why killing innocent soldier men? These people are victims like you and I. So let us go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the review of the papers today. If Mr. Treasurer is still with us, we'll be happy. But if not, hey, we'll see him soon on this show. Don't go away, stay with us.
Ooh la la, the second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of art and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262 274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Okay, welcome back, my people. It is Wake Up Nigeria, and we are taking a look at some of the difficult issues we're facing as a people. Now, this is all beautiful because the uprising, I say, will bring out the peace in us. So I'm happy Kano is doing the right thing. Fubara has stood up to say, hey, enough is enough. And it's as if justice is finally returning to Kano. Depends on who you're talking to. I have my own side of the story. I'm sure people there, they have their own story to tell. But let's go back to some of the papers, Princess. Where are we?
Yes, can we go to the Daily Times? There's a very topical issues there I want us to look at. And Mary, can you take the headlines there, the ones at the top?
Okay.
The middle one to be precise.
Inside?
The middle one to be precise at the top.
Okay, Reps hails Nigerian Armed Forces for successes against insecurity. And that's on page 5 of the Daily Times newspaper.
Are you guys joking?
Yeah, that is why I said we should look at that story. I want to believe that our lawmakers are even some of the problems we have. They are part of the problems we have.
Joking.
The fact that we know we kudos to, of course, the armed forces, they are doing their best. But with the rate of insecurity, Mary keeps reporting to us, Abuja is no longer the way I left it. You know, Abuja used to be very peaceful, very calm. We walk around, you know, I used to drive even, there was a time I drove 2 a.m. And now it's no longer the same, you know. Things have actually changed. Now even broad daylight, people are being kidnapped. We're talking about insecurity in the south, in the north, in the west, everywhere in Nigeria. And we're not seeing the reps hailing, you know, in as much as we should give kudos to them for trying. I think the word hailing is way too big. And I've gone through that story myself. And I just think that our lawmakers, especially at the green chambers, the things they hear or they look at is disturbing, you know, is worrisome.
Well, for some time now, I had my issues with the. I'll let Mr. Treasure weigh, but I have my issues with the military because they've lost. Sometimes they don't know what they're supposed to be doing anymore. Maybe they are now being controlled like the police, telling them what is what. Otherwise, you saw what they did at Okwama, which is shameful. We saw what they did at is it in Abuja, the military coming to do the job of the police. In fact, is that what we are commending them for, or what is it that they have done? Boko Haram, they see kidnapping everywhere, killing everywhere. We're not going to blame them. They are not supposed to be responsible for the day-to-day policing of the country, but they do that when it comes to civilian. And when it is their time to do this.
I'm quite happy that Mr. Timi did say he traveled from Port Harcourt to Asaba via Ogeli. Now he can testify that from a period of place from maybe Patani to Ogele, you will not see a security checkpoint. You will only see civil defense, and these are their. I don't think they have business with you. They have business with the product, PMS or whatever. And so they don't have your time if you pass.
Of course.
My sister-in-law told me that a boss was kidnapped the other day, and even ordinary market women. And this has become it's everyday thing in 2-3 days. Daily. Yes, and now they are now demanding from market women 500,000, 2 million, depends if they look at you, and then they have to rate you. And we've seen that over time, the police chief there says that I can't send my men there, they are killing us. Even army, military refuse to go to that place. So what I'm quite confused when our lawmakers, they sit in their magnificent homes, in their exotic cars, and of course they go to the National Assembly under the chilling AC, and they feel like all is well with Nigeria. I think this is one of the problems we're having.
Well, it's unfortunate that the Nigeria we grew up to know is not the Nigerian we're expressing now. And those of us that have been opportune to travel a lot due to what we do, by the grace of God, I've been to 34 states in Nigeria. 34 states. The only state I've not been to in Nigeria is Yobe and Zamfara State. That's the only 2 states I've not been to. And I hope that before the end of this year, I'll be able to visit those states if security is okay, or if I have any business that will take me there. And so the point I'm trying to make here is that our government don't really understand. A lot of people are just in office to enrich their pocket. They're not there because they have solutions to our problems in the country. That is the truth. Whether you like it or not, that's the basic truth. There are people that are elected to the House of Representatives, and for 4 years, you won't even hear them speak or move any motion. One motion, they won't even move it. There are people who are in the Senate, they sleep all through the day, in the chambers. They have nothing. At the time, Senate was referred to as a retirement home for all governors.
Yes.
Once the governor is leaving, he's going to the Senate. So when you have someone who has spent 8 years as governor and didn't perform as governor, is it 4 years at the Senate he will perform?
No,
so you can imagine.
Our former governor wanted to go. After spending 16 years in office, Odua want to go to Senate.
There's somebody who was in the House of Reps for 8 years. He went ahead to become governor for 8 years and is now back in the Senate for another 8 years. I can mention names. So many of them are there. So these are things we need to look at critically. They are not the best for us in this country. We must begin to learn to have people who are knowledgeable of governance, those who have ideas of preferring solutions to our problem in this country, being elected either in the House of Reps, House of Assembly, local government chairman, governors, and president. Not just someone who has an ambition to rule, just because he wants to answer the name president, answer the name governor, you now begin to go there. So these are the challenges. So we must be able to understand this, and until we take the law, until we begin to sit down ourselves as a people to say what exactly do we really want. I am a Yoruba person. I'm from the Yoruba speaking part of Kogi State, and I have my reservation concerning certain people from my area. If I don't support you, I don't support you. I have friends who are not even from my area. Most of my friends are people who are not from my area, from my tribe. Those I believe in, and that's because I see myself as a Nigerian, not as a Yoruba person. You understand? That's the truth about it. So people should understand that in Nigeria, for God to put us together as a country, He has His reasons. We have diverse kind of tribe. I am Yoruba. I am not married to a Yoruba woman. That is the truth. Do you understand? I am married from Akwa Ibom State. And so these are things that to me and to my kids, they are Nigerian first before they come from wherever they come from. So until we have this notion all of you that are here now, I don't know you before. And but today we have become friends. We have get to know ourselves more. And that's what Nigerians should focus on and stop this tribalistic issue or things that can bring down the country. That's my take on that. So we must be able to put in laws, regulation, things that can help us grow as a nation. God has blessed this nation with every state has one resources or the other, natural, that can generate revenue. We must not depend on the federal government allocation all the time. There are some states, look at Lagos State, what they generate monthly from their internal IGR is more than the budget of some states in this country. Do you understand? So how are we managing the state? How are we managing all these things? How are things being done equally? So these are things we must understand. We have leaders who all they're after is their pocket. Imagine they cannot support minimum wage of how much, but their allowance alone, their furniture allowance, their newspaper allowance is how much? It's more than the minimum wage in a month of someone who will serve 30 days. 30 days as a civil servant. And you are saying, no, it is too much. We can't pay. We can't do this. What kind of leaders do we have in this country? And you have to buy a car, official car of 300 million naira, bulletproof car. You build a mansion that nobody can access you because you are a leader. What kind of leaders are we having in this country? We are clueless people, I want to be honest with you.
Not leaders, they're people in power. Fola call them vagabond in power. You see, they are not. You see, there's a difference between the leader and somebody in power, and that's what you rightly said. It's a very disturbing issue. I don't think we will have time to go into that today because they're the same country that could not pay the minimum wage. They said they want to buy a private jet for the president and the vice. You know how much? In this difficult time, and Peter Obi was crying out. You see, these are the things we're saying. You understand? These are the things we're saying. We don't have, and perhaps we can say, oh, we elect the wrong people. Sometimes we actually didn't elect them. They were selected. So things go beyond us. Some of them were not elected. Some of them impose themselves on us. They know we are hungry, so they use that power on us. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. My vote is only one. And two, some of them were selected. Look at now. You saw what is happening between Wike and Fubara. Wike thought he has selected Fubara. Fubara is not saying no. It's my time. Everybody go get your time now. My brother, thank you very much for the show today. It's been a wonderful evening. I know, Princess, we have more to look at, but the issue.
Yes, because of time, I'm trying to wrap up the show, and I'm very worried about the cholera outbreak. We do hope that because I saw a report earlier that says cholera outbreak that is coming from the Vanguard newspaper. FG may declare emergency, and that is coming from NCDCDG. We know that Lagos now is everywhere, and so we're just urging Nigerians to be very careful while they go out there. Watch what you eat and what you drink. And of course, there's a story here that says that Doguba PDP expels Shaibu Oribu, cites anti-party activities. We saw that coming. It's not even a news.
That's what they do. Shaibu got himself in trouble. I told Shaibu, if Shaibu had fought, what happened is that if Shaibu didn't listen to me, if he had done what Fubara is doing now, Shaibu will have been still in office. Well, at the point in time, the small one you get, you go bring her out. Shaibu had all the weapon to fight. He was trying to play a good ball. Now where can we help you? Now they should be expelled. They should go to his village. Anyway.
And then we saw on the minimum wage, the main headline on the Vanguard, the main headline said minimum wage, white governors orders are food dragging. We know that, like we've been saying, we're not going to waste our time on it. Like the other day, the head of information, NLC, did say here on the show that the money that even their dogs eat this money a day, the food they buy for their dogs, for their cats, their pets at home, 1 week they spend over that money.
But Princess, so I don't know. I just wanted us to take. Sorry about that. I just still want us to look at what is going on in this paper. It disturbs me anytime I hear about it. The Daily Times, just a small headline there at the top. this is really, really something that I think Nigeria we need to address seriously. If you look at it, say how physical verification exercise expose
Expose
ghost
those
workers.
workers. Mm-hmm.
You see, in a country where we are having issues with paying normal wages, you understand, where people are not productive, now we're having the issue of ghost workers. How can that be happening? Who are behind these ghost workers? In fact, I beg. We don't, there are so many things we cannot say. But this one is a sign of the depth of our problem. That is from the big to the small.
That's it.
You'll be surprised that most of the traditional rulers, I'm sorry, they have ghost workers. My former local government chairman, he called me, he said that Chris, he said, hey, he said, when I resume office, if you see where the ghost workers is coming from, when they begin to root them out, he was receiving calls from people that shouldn't be even be doing this. I didn't say our traditional did it, but that is how bad it was. So this issue of ghost worker princess, if it's in my village, imagine how many we have in the country.
Especially at the local government level. Maybe apparently this is why the governors do not want to let go, right? Because that is where they are actually looting the people. At the local level, at the local government level, you see that a lot of workers, a lot of names are the people that are not working, over maybe 500 workers. So imagine you taking that money is just going to into a particular account, that this money is
Yes.
for these workers,
Monthly.
and it's you monthly,
Monthly,
yes, monthly.
princess. Imagine
So
monthly.
it's actually, we know that when we talk about the federal, we know that there are ghost worker, but it's not as serious as at the state and at the local government level. And that is why you see our governors will not let go. They are holding so tight with every power they have on, this local government, because they're actually feasting there. So it's a shame, and that is why we've been seeing this physical verification, where people have to thumbprint a lot of things, capturing, to make sure that they are identified as genuine workers.
But yeah, you see, that's why I said the PAM secretary should all be going to be held accountable. That's what I would do. The PAM secretary from the state to the local to the federal should be held accountable for every ghost worker that happened in the ministries. It's a simple thing, and there should be no sentiment about it. No single sentiment, princess. If the two of them, you are in charge of the local of the area, you better account. You tell us who you're working with. If the people are not with you, if you can't see them physically, you will be held accountable. It should be made as a national declaration today that, hey, we are coming to your place. Mr. Permanent Secretary, if we find any ghost worker in your ministry, you are gone. In fact, you go to prison. And that is the way. You see, we're talking about discipline. This is not war. This is you're following the law. Are you fighting anybody, Mr. Tinubu, if you make that declaration? A simple statement will save Nigeria. And this money can then be used to solve the problem of those who we are crying we cannot pay. Right.
Anyway, we can go on and on, but it's time already. We know that the issue of ghost workers started and is still very much in existence at the local level, at the state level. And so if we want to look at it, if we want to kill it, we start from there as well. And then let's quickly go to the sports. I am seeing our Nigerian stars all over the sport there. There's something there that says movers and shakers. How Nigerian stars are faring in transfer markets. We know that they are actually, being bought over from here to here, Arsenal to this, to that, to that. But we do hope that they will come and perform, do what they are supposed to do when we talk about Nigerian league at home. No matter how far you are soaring, how high you're going, you should please remember where you're from, and try also not to forget the Nigerian league. That would be a good place to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for being on the show, and thanks to our media consultant, our guest all the way from Rivers, Treasure Timi Dare. And of course, thanks to Dada Chris, thanks to Mary and my humble self for being on the show today. We do hope that we've made your morning. And of course, people in Rivers, please do well to be your own sick, look after yourself, because with the way it's going now, we await, the court judgment from Rivers and from Kano State as well, while we appeal to residents to stay calm, be vigilant, and stay at alert as well. Thank you so much for being on the show. We do this again, hopefully tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe to our social media handles, follow us on our handles, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and of course YouTube. Subscribe to our page, share and like, leave us with your comment. Make sure you share today's broadcast. And of course, don't forget our magazines are out. You can always reach out to us to be part of it. You can showcase yourself, your products, your brand, and your business. Their archives, they will always be there for you to see. And do not forget our outlets, AB&B, out there in Abuja, Lagos, and London as well. A call away, and we'll just be there for you. And it's a home away from home, where you can have all your parties, when you can have your meetings, where you can have your, confidential meetings as well. And do not forget also that, you can also go there for your holidays. A free Wi-Fi, well-equipped apartment, cars to take you around as well. And don't forget our Nigerian week that is fast approaching. All hands are already on deck. It's going to be a week-long activity. We have, the award ceremony where we're going to be recognizing well-meaning Nigerians that have done so well. And of course, we'll be looking at the films industry, film screening. We'll be looking at the real estate. We'll be looking at agriculture. And of course, we're going to be showcasing Nigerian food all over the streets of London. It's going to be an amazing week, so you have to be part of it. Call us, reach out to us, send us an email to be a major sponsor or to partner with us. We are here for you. And there's a very beautiful something I saw over the week, a celebration that was held in Lagos that actually brought the who and who of, the West to Nigeria. They came from all over the world. They were so colorful. And this is what we talk about. This is us. This is culture. This is color. They are so beautiful. They are so, this is one thing I like about the Yoruba people, the Igbo people, they don't throw away culture for any reason. Now, most of these people, they came out in millions, to celebrate this particular festival. Most of these people you saw now, they are from all over the world. Now, do not throw away your culture. Wherever you are, know that home is always the best. Thank you so much for being on the show. We'll do this again tomorrow. Do not drink and drive carefully, obey the traffic laws, and be a brother's keeper today. Put a smile on the face of someone today. We'll see you again tomorrow on the show.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2020.